side, so you're actually torquing your body when you're doing it. So it's not good body mechanics. Do it from the other side. When you have it bilateral, that's the best way to do it. Now the bottom up, many different ways to do it. Now it's short term, it does a little bit of the effect of actually energizing the muscle. Soft tissues around the joints. You don't want to do the deployment on the joints. And because he's a tough guy, I'm going to show you how to do the deployment on the tough guy. Using the basically like karate chops. This is what you're doing, yeah. You can now for him, because the muscles need to be penetrated deeper, we're going to be using elbow. So technically what you're doing when you're going to use your elbows, first you want to use your forearms. So you put some oil on the forearm, and when you approach, you want to approach from this side, get in and get out. So get in, get out, and then you can move on both sides. Just as you can see. So you go in, and this way you're kind of moving from the legs and the hips. You're not using the arms as much. For trigger points that you pinpointed already, like this one, you go in, and then this is what they were telling you about moving it. Very simple way to move it. You have it pinpointed, and just do this. You're relaxing at that point, but your point pressure is on it. That's the pressure on the point. Try it. How are you doing, Scott?
Yeah.
You hate us enough to let us keep going? Okay. I'll try that little wiggle. Is that better?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that's good. Uncle, yeah. I told her about my uncle's story. Have I told you that, Scott? My first experience with the word uncle at the spa, this lady comes in, I start working on her mask, and how's everything? She goes, okay. All of a sudden she says, uncle! I said, okay. Didn't do anything. I mean, I didn't grow up here. I have no clue what that means. She keeps saying, uncle! I go, okay, I think she has Tourette's. She just called me uncle twice. I'll just keep going, you know. And then I'm like, are you okay? Is the pressure too much? But you said uncle twice already. I'm like, okay, I have no concept for that. Just answer if I'm asking for the pressure. Tell me it's too much. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
In America, when we're kids, and somebody beat you up and you want to quit, you say, uncle,
I know. I know now. Didn't know that then. So now we have that part covered. Always compressions as a transition. It's nice and heated up. I think you'll be due for a hot tub and some sleep after this. And now, are we gonna work legs, or you want me to just work upper body? It's probably better to work legs. We can do just from side to side. We're gonna do compressions, like so. We're gonna do like this. You wanna try to kind of roll up like this, roll up, and you basically the way you're doing it, just follow your own rhythm, because this way, you're kind of like kneading dough. I just call you a dough boy, just so you know. Yep. Now, what we talked about last time about hamstrings. They're usually tense because they're overstretched because of the quads, and you don't want to overstretch them too much. They do need some relaxation, but you want to be able to kind of relax them without overstretching. So this is a good way to work on the reformers. Elbow in, and then you read for this. When you have this, you know you're on something. Now, a good way to approach these muscles when they're prone like this, you're gonna drape the legs individually like this, so you can have the folded at the knee. So what you're doing is you're addressing your pressure in the obturator foramen area like this, and then you turn the leg. So is this okay, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not delivering enough pressure this way, so that's why we use the elbow go in and then move the leg in a circular motion. This is what gets you the action. The reason why I do it in a circle is so you can save your body on the mechanics. I know. Okay. I'll be your uncle for the purposes of today's session. Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know. He's holding this. Breathe. There you go.
We're good people, Scott. Okay, let him go, guys. And then you can do a little bit of a relaxation just to get the fluid of the muscle out.
Butt shake.
Sure, that's the technical term. Alright. So now we're gonna stand on one side. We're gonna press the covers. We'll lift them on the other so you can roll over. And when you roll over, you wanna comfortably slide down so your head is all the way on the bed. Whenever you're ready.
Can I do that? Put it all over?
Yep.
My head right here?
Slide it down so it's on the bed.
So what?
You want,
Oh, my head on
yeah.
the bed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you wanna
What you're
slide
saying.
down so it's on the bed. Okay. There we go. Let's get your arms in. Yeah, it's better to put them alongside your body so you're comfortable. And then we're gonna slide that bolster under your knees. It's always better to not be on the side, because I mean, even if you're not tall enough, you just want to do
That's how I
symmetrical.
sleep at night. You don't want to.
Oh, because you're pregnant? Okay.
No,
I'm just kidding.
That's
So I like to do long stretches, and a lot of times even cross stretches, like on the back. Like on the back, you will do a stretch like this. So you can do these like for quad. You can do the. You can use your palms. I think he's gonna hate us, but that's okay.
Actually, I know it's helping. I know it's
So
feeling good.
anytime I'm moving from a lower to upper body or the other way around, I always go with these little shakes and rolls. So this way I get a feel for what's going on, but also I'm not just letting it sit there and feel like there's no contact there and I'm digging on my nose or something. Okay, so now we'll go to upper body. So we're gonna drape on both sides like this. Same way we would if it was a lady. Okay, so you just expose the arms. You want to have access to the shoulders. And then, basically like when you shake his hand, you have that in your hand. And then you're going to be doing glides from wrist all the way to the sleeve. Okay. So you go in all the way to the ear and address that headache that we talked about, the SCM. And we don't do that bilaterally because we don't want to cut off circulation, we don't want him to pass out. We don't care, but we have another person coming, otherwise it would be okay.
Jody might not like it if I'm laying here out.
Okay, and then I go again into this palmar spread. I go finger by finger, I kind of try to shake him out. Each one. And the palmar spread kind of works like this. And then I go into that chicken wing. So here it is. You see he's torquing a little bit, and I think it's for the shoulder. It's not so much the elbow and the wrist are doing okay. How's the wrist?
Okay.
It's okay, just the shoulder.
Neither.
It's in the hand where you feel the tension? Okay.
Nothing else. Shoulder, elbow, wrist is fine.
Okay.
In the hand.
And then you can work the tricep, you can work pecs, you can make him cry. Now this is always tender, don't worry about it, Scott, it's not you, you're not a wimp. Okay, let it go. And now in this one I always like to move into a little bit of a relaxation move, so I hold the palm right here and I shake out, and you can do it even this way right here. Now this lets them know they can relax. It's basically like lonely when you're doing with when you're face down, when you're doing the foot bounce. That's the same thing with the upper arm. And I move out into a shake like this, and then you can glide back into the shoulder. So I try to keep everything connected so it's not divided. And I showed you yesterday, I think. So I do that glide, and go under, and then right here or right here. So you can hold the neck with your forearm, and then stretch it, move back in. And this is when I'm working by myself. This is when I'll go transition on the other side. So basically I'll come to the other side. At this point, what I like to do a lot of times would be, if I have them covered like this, I will reach over, and this arm is already here, so I will just hold that hip. I will go into a little bit of a stretch, a little more of a stretch, and you can keep going until you actually get what you want from it. And that's quite enough. So once you have him there, let it go, and you can work that side the same way. Let's see you try it from that side. So you hold his hand like you're shaking it for it, okay? And then you're gonna actually basically just grab it, yep, and do the glide. When you wanna address it all the way to the neck, working on the scalenes, working on the SCM, especially on the attachment areas. And you're also bringing him in a stretch, which is the right way. Then when you're back, you can pump a little bit into the shoulder, so you're working on the upper pecs. Okay, and let's see if you can move into that chicken wing position. Yep, and then turn the wrist so he can rest. Is that alright? Okay. So you have good access to everything right now. You can work on the ribs on that side as well. Even if it's a lady, she's still covered. You can still approach anything you need. And your hand can actually glide and work on the muscles on the side of the spine also. So you have good access to the lats, you have good access to the pecs. Everything is exposed, and again you get that little orthopedic testing there for the 3 joints, for the elbow, for the wrist, and for the shoulder. Now he said that his hand was bothersome on this side, so now that I'm back to it, I can work a little bit on it, try to work on the carpals, and there is a little bit of divot, but obviously that's from all that pounding and working with the different tools. How's that feel, Scott?
Good.
Good. You'll be our poster child for pain relief.
Here we go.
Look at him, he's almost asleep. I'm giving the wings a hold like this. Yeah, and now we're going to do that.
Try to relax.
that pumping at the pecs. So that could be uncomfortable, but we could try and do it as comfortable as possible. We could do the same thing. So you want to try that glide for the transition to move from that side to the other. So you glide from the lateral side of the arm, around the shoulder, under the neck, basically reaching for that shoulder. At that point, you tilt the head, okay? Do a little stretch, let it go, let him slowly go back down. Yep, just try to relax it. Kind of go with his breathing, yep. And then when you slide back, you will grab the whole arm and you will move with it, lead it over. You hold with that one, you reach for this one and kind of wrap it around. Okay, and then do you need to hold him? Very good. And then you can reach in a little bit. You can let go with this one, support him with that, and then reach a little bit. How's that feel, Scott?
Good.
Good. How's that feel for you? Is it comfortable? Something you can do?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when you have him in this position, basically you want to rest both his arms on both sides because you'll be moving on to the neck. And we'll do just a little bit on the neck. So basically keep him in, covered, so. And then at this point, it's good to take this out of the way. This will end up as a floor mat, but first I'm going to keep it here because I'm going to do some tractions for the neck with it. And then for neck, I'm not going to be sitting down or anything like this. I'll be basically just holding and moving around. There is sessions when you have plenty of time, when you have like 80 minutes. You can do a lot for neck. I am letting his head rest. I'm trying to let it rest and kind of feel for when it's kind of relaxed enough so that I can move in and do some massage. And then I am holding, basically trying not to press his ear folded on the other side. And then I'll be doing the neck work from side to side. I'll be working unilaterally, just try to work the scalings and the SCM. I like to do holds. You notice I didn't put any oil for the neck work because there is enough going on already, and you don't want to, these muscles are very slippery, you don't want to lose them. So when you grab it like this, it's kind of uncomfortable, but that's why we do it only on one side at a time. And always finger pressure is good for this. You don't want to pin too hard, there's a lot of lymph nodes here, it will feel uncomfortable. And under that